Good evening, Tallahassee. Meteorologist Brandon Lashford here for FSU weather on this Monday evening. 87 degrees right now over Tallahassee and over Doak Campbell Stadium. Nice blue skies and some cumulus clouds, so mostly cloudy with an east-southeast wind at 7 miles an hour. But across the region, temperatures are in the upper mid-80s, 85 Tallahassee, 87 Quincy, and we go a little bit warmer as you go down by the coast with right here in Apalachicola and 89 degrees. And across the region again, dew points are in the upper 70s and low 80s, 83 in Crawfordville, 76 Tallahassee, so it's plenty of moisture out there and plenty of humid as well. And on radar, we see storms have passed through the area so far with a lot of lightning with them, but they have died down a little bit. You have a couple outflow boundaries still in the air, so they could pop up some more showers or storms, but for most of all, this coverage has died down for the night. And on the show, we'll be talking about the high rain chances and humidity for Tallahassee, the Florida workweek forecast, and Hurricane Estelle, which is currently out in the Eastern Pacific. All that and more on FSU weather. And welcome back in. Beautiful Doak Campbell Stadium under those partly cloudy skies. 87 degrees is the current temperature. And across the area, temperatures are in the mid-80s, 85 Tallahassee, 90 in St. Mark, so a little bit warmer down by the coast, and a little bit cooler up in Valdosta, 79 degrees. Well, they have some rain so far, so the rain definitely has cooled down the environment. And that has helped the heat indices a little bit as well, but we're got it back up a little bit. So it's 97 Tallahassee, 100 in Quincy, so all that increased moisture has increased the heat index as well for right now. But today our high was 87 degrees, so quite low than has been recently, so that's below our average and definitely below our record of 103 set in 2000. And on current radar, we see the storms that have passed by so far. So some places have gotten some loud rumbles of thunder and some lightning earlier in the day, but those have died down pretty much so far, and that has decreased our coverage in the area as we go into the overnight evening hours. And zooming out to look at Florida as a whole, we see lots of thunderstorms and showers down the Florida spine from that sea breeze convection. So plenty of lightning associated with those as we go all the way down into Miami as well. But those will be working their way offshore going toward the eastern beaches. And across our region for tonight, we see temperatures will be in the mid-70s, 76 Tallahassee, 74 in Monticello, and a little bit warmer as we go down by the coast. We're looking to be seeing 80 in Apalachicola and 79 over there in Carabel. And for tomorrow, your hour-by-hour forecast is going to be somewhat similar today. We'll be starting off in the mid-70s as we go into the morning. Some showers could be rolling in as we go around sunrise hours. But that'll warm up a little bit as we go into the afternoon. Then kind of fall back down as we get some thunderstorm activity and rainfall to help cool the atmosphere. So we'll see a little bit of a kind of a jagged pattern as we go toward the evening. And for the next 24 hours, it's going to be pretty similar to today. We have that southwesterly flow kind of kicking off the storms into tomorrow morning, and then we'll kind of stay with us, kind of scattered and numerous in numbers throughout most of the day, kind of like today, with similar temperatures and a similar coverage of rain and storms. For Pompano Beach in Florida, we're going to be seeing 7 a.m. temperatures at 80 degrees, and that'll be warming up pretty nicely up to 89 as you go into the early lunch hours. So make sure you do bring some sunscreen, keep a hat, and keep hydrated too, because we'll be seeing some, temperatures up into the low 90s possibly. And for tomorrow here locally, our highs will be in the upper 80s, low 90s, 90 in Quincy, 89 Tallahassee, and 87 down there in St. Mark's. And our 7-day forecast, we'll see an increased chance of rain again like today for tomorrow, Tuesday. And that'll kind of taper off as we go toward the weekend to about 20% chance as we go into Saturday. And with that decreased rain chance, we'll see an increase in temperatures as well. We'll be getting up to 94 by Saturday. And our lows will be quite steady around the mid-70s throughout much of the next 7 days. But I'll stick with you right now for the southeast. Right now, our temperatures in the southeast are looking sort of mild as we go toward the east, 85 Tally, 77 in Jacksonville, 90 in Tampa. But as you go toward the west, things warm up quite rapidly as we get to Louisiana and Shreveport, 101 degrees, and 97 in Little Rock, because they're still experiencing some pretty high temperatures as you go toward the west and up into Texas, right under that upper level high pressure ridge. But across most of the region, the dew points are pretty moist or pretty humid as we go into the eastern side of the country. 76 Tallahassee, 67 in Atlanta, a little bit more moist as we go into Florida, 75 and 77 in Miami. And on water vapor, you can really see these storms kind of kicking off across Florida. We do have an upper level low pressure system right over here around the coast of Alabama and Mississippi. That's kind of spinning clockwise, helping to keep some of that southwesterly flow into our area to increase those storm chances and kind of bringing in some storms from the north down into Louisiana. So those are helping increase rain chances for them as well. And as we go to the next 3 days, rainfall will be pretty concentrated as we go into the eastern side of the country, Atlanta, Florida Panhandle, even down to the peninsula. We see lots of rainfall totals as we're experiencing a lot of showers and thunderstorms as we go into the next few days. And for today, SPC has an outlook for our area in the southeast. We have a non-severe risk in that light green color, and in that dark green color, we do have a marginal 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather up into Tennessee and North Carolina and up into even Virginia. The main threats for that is going to be potentially severe wind gusts with some of the more intense storms and some of their downbursts as well. And tomorrow we do have another risk. Not severe, though. It's going to be mostly just kind of showers and thunderstorms scattered in nature. That non-severe risk that SPC is given the southeast for tomorrow. And we see that on the simulated radar for the next 4 to 8 hours. We still have that southwesterly flow kicking in from the Gulf of Mexico in association with the upper level low to our west and that Bermuda high to our east, helping to kick off that sea breeze convection as well into the morning and kind of bringing some storms from the north as well for places like Georgia, Mississippi, and even Alabama. And tonight, temperatures will be dropping down into the mid-70s, a little bit warmer as you go toward the west with 80 in Shreveport. So think about it, 80 degrees for the low temperature for tonight. So make sure you do have the AC kicking on tonight as well. But for Tampa, our 3-day outlook, we see showers and storms are expected for tomorrow and Wednesday, and kind of might get a nice little dip in that on Thursday with a little bit less increase with more sunny conditions, but temperatures will be steady in the low 90s. And that's same around most of the area, with temperatures in the low 90s on the eastern side. And as you go more toward the west, temperatures will be reaching up into 104 in Shreveport and 101 in Little Rock. So let's go see what's going on across the nation right now with Winique.
Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, across the nation, we have a couple of different types of weather patterns that we're seeing, and that's because of a few frontal systems that we have currently. In the northwest, we have a frontal system pushing through, so it's quite cool comparatively speaking, but in the southwest, it's very, very hot, and they're seeing record-breaking temperatures still. So currently in Dallas, it's 109, 100 in San Antonio, and a little closer to home, it's 86 and cloudy in New Orleans and 87 currently in Tallahassee. Now, this is this frontal system that I was mentioning earlier. This northwesterly frontal system is really making its way around this area right here, bringing lots of lines of showers and storms, but we also have this stationary front right here that has really just not left us alone and really is also bringing us lots of moisture in the air. Now, currently it's feeling like 100 in San Antonio, 109 in Dallas, 97 in New Orleans, and 97 in Tallahassee. Now, as I mentioned, also we have those active alerts, and we're going to go coast by coast really to take you through. So right now in the Texas area, they are seeing excessive heat watches and warnings, and that's what these orange and pink colors mean right here, and you can even see right here towards the northern part of Texas, they're seeing an excessive heat watch. Now, if we zoom in and we look a little closer here, we also see that Denver and this northern plains area in Montana, they have a high winds warning, so they are seeing possible high and damaging winds over the next couple of hours. Now, if we zoom out, California is no exception. They are also seeing an excessive heat warning towards this area right here, an excessive heat watch towards the northern part of the state. Now, if we look at our satellite and radar, we have tons and tons of active weather happening right now. Towards the northwest and the southeast, we have multiple lines of showers and storms really making their way through and causing moisture. And we also have an active thunderstorm watch in the New York area currently. And you can see they are also pretty moist. Now, if we look at our drought monitor in the southeast, we are relatively moist speaking in terms of the moisture in the atmosphere. But if we look to our west, these areas right here from Texas all the way to California, they are very, very dry. So we are tracking those conditions, and we would say if you have family in the area, please make sure they are aware of these dry conditions. Now, for today's storm outlook, we are in for a marginal risk for much of the southeast. We have a non-severe risk for much of the southeast. Parts of Alabama and Mississippi, they're in for a marginal risk, so they may see some isolated showers and thunderstorms. And then in parts of Montana to North Dakota and this Minneapolis area, they are also seeing enhanced chances of thunderstorms. Now, as we head until tomorrow, the southeast as a whole will be under a non-severe risk, and that will be more or less the same across the nation. Now, as we progress into Wednesday, if this, here it is, if this comes through, we can see that from the northwest to the southeast, we will be in for a non-severe risk, so those chances will dissipate as we move into Wednesday. Now, over the next few days, we will see light rainfall in the southeast. However, towards the north, we will see possibly a few inches because of that frontal system. Now, if we go into tonight, we'll cool down quite a bit as that sun goes down. We'll be at 74 in Tallahassee, 78 in New Orleans, and we'll be quite cooler on the west coast. 54 in San Francisco, 65 in Los Angeles, and 55 in Seattle. Now, as we head into tomorrow, we will warm up in Tallahassee, 89 and cloudy, 91 in New Orleans, and 92 degrees in Miami. Now, if we take a look at Florida as a whole, as I mentioned, we are seeing temperatures in the mid to low 90s and the upper 80s. Right now, it is 88 in Miami, 83 in Gainesville, a nice stormy 76 in Jacksonville, and a little warmer in Pensacola at 90 degrees. Now, we are seeing muggy conditions across the state of Florida, and we currently have a dew point that is relatively close to our temperature right now in Tallahassee at 76 degrees, and it's quite muggy from the north side of Florida to the south side of Florida. Now, as we head into this satellite and radar view, you can see we have these lines of showers and storms really making their way off of the Gulf, and we have quite a bit of activity off of the Atlantic as well. So we are seeing those active shower patterns over the next few days, and we will keep you updated on that as well. Now, the Food and Wine Festival is currently happening in Orlando, so if you're going to take a trip to Orlando over the next 3 days, we are going to see We're going to see rainy conditions over the next few days. Tuesday and Wednesday we'll have showers and possible isolated thunderstorms with temperatures in the low 90s, and then as we move into Thursday, it will warm up quite a bit with a high temperature of 95 degrees. Now, for tonight across Florida, we will sit in the low 70s to the high 70s and the mid 80s, 77 in Fort Myers, 83 in Key West, and we will be at a warm 74 in Tallahassee. Now, as we head into tomorrow, we will be nice and stormy across the state of Florida, ranging from Pensacola, 88 degrees, all the way down to Miami, looking partly cloudy at 92 degrees. Now, to give you a quick update on the tropics, we have had an active hurricane season, and we currently have an active hurricane that we're tracking right now in the Eastern Pacific, and that is Hurricane Estelle. Now, currently Hurricane Estelle is a Category 1, so not too severe. She currently has winds sitting at 80 miles per hour, and we are looking at relatively low pressure. Now, Estelle is tracked or expected to track towards the Pacific and really kind of dissipate and be what you call a fish storm over the next few days. So we will not really see chances of that really affecting us, but we will keep you updated as the time progresses. So now we're going to take it back home and take a look at Doak Campbell Stadium. What do we have in Tallahassee, Brandon?
Thanks, Monique. Yes, and back here in Tallahassee, we do have those partly cloudy skies as evidence, as this Doak Campbell live shot will show you, with that sunshine peeking its way through just before sunset in a couple hours. And here's on our current satellite and radar. We see the storms have passed by, going toward the east throughout the day so far. So some of you have some rumbles of thunder, some lightning. Some of you haven't seen some rainfall today. That's kind of the scattered nature of these storms, but they kind of died off mostly and died off in covers as well. As we go to the next 24 hours, they will kind of come back again tomorrow with the southwesterly flow, bringing them in into the morning hours and keep them pretty steady along with some nice cloud cover as we go into tomorrow evening as well. And for tonight, we'll see temperatures drop down into the mid-70s, 76 Tallahassee, 74 in Monticello, and we go down by the coast a little bit warmer. Here in Apalachicola, tonight's forecast will be 80 degrees with some partly cloudy skies. And tonight here in Tallahassee will be partly cloudy skies here as well, and 74 degrees will be our temperature with a nice south-southwest wind at 5 miles an hour. And our 7-day forecast will see rain chances increase as we go into Tuesday and into Wednesday as well, and kind of die off as we go into the weekend with 20% chance of rain on Saturday. But we'll see an increase in temperatures as we head into the weekend as well, though. But if you like us, you can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSU weather, as well as on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU weather. Don't forget to like us and subscribe to us here on YouTube at youtube.com/FSU weather. And as always, we have our Instagram at FSU weather, so give us a like and follow on there as well. But for one last look at your 7-day forecast, we see temperatures will be increasing as we go into the weekend with a decrease in rain coverage, but our lows will be quite steady into the mid-70s into the early evening and overnight hours. But for FSU weather, I am meteorologist Brandon Lashbrook. Have a great evening.